Good morning! Fallout 4 has 6 expansions, some pretty good, some that are okay, and others that are just forgettable. We'll rank all of these starting from the best and work our way up to the worst, so I hope to see you guys at the end of the video. Starting off the number 1 spot, we've got the Thahaba DLC. This one is easily the best one as it's got a really nice story that I can go along with. It's got 3 new factions that you can side with without feeling out of character or anything like that. Well, maybe one of them, if you actually 100% in line with them, then you might have some issues. But other than that, this questline feels like an actual addition to the Soul Survivor story, which is something that I can really appreciate, and it gives you a lot of stuff to do within the map, from side quests to exploring to new enemies to actually fight as well. I really love the new enemies, the fog crawlers. Those are a pain in my ass, but hey, I love them anyway. And it also ties in the base game as well with Nick Valentine. The atmosphere of the map is also really cool to be in, as it really gives you that post-apocalyptic New England feel. They really nailed this DLC, as even though it's not a part of the Commonwealth, Thahaba is what Fallout expansion should really be like in a Fallout game. Coming into the number 2 spot, the Automatron DLC is an alright expansion, as its questline is pretty cool. I like the story, I like how it adds new enemies to encounter while you're roaming around the Commonwealth. It also adds a whole new feature to the crafting system, as you can now craft your own robots, but I don't even know what the point of them are. I've never tried them, so I don't know if they're good or not, if they can be a good part of your settlement, or if they can be a companion along with you. So if you guys can, go ahead and fill me in down below. The main antagonist, being the Mechanist, is an alright antagonist. I remember the revelation as to who it was at the end of the DLC was pretty cool. My biggest gripe about this DLC is that it just doesn't give you a new map to play on. It just uses some new locations, which I can definitely appreciate. But this DLC is just not enough for me. I wish they would have given me a lot more to do for it to be a paid DLC, but overall I did enjoy it, and it's not too bad as an expansion. Coming up in the number 3 spot, we've got Nuka World. I've got mixed feelings with the Nuka World expansion. I love the atmosphere of the new map, as it's almost like there's 2 worlds going on. You got the park on the inside to explore, and then you can go outside the walls of Nuka World, and it's like a total new world you're exploring. Even though it's not much to explore, as most of it is in the inside of the park. I like the way you're thrown into the world by having to defeat the leader of these raiders who are in control of the park, but I just don't like how you're forced to basically lead them after, which is against everything that you are in the game. You're the leader of the Minutemen, a member of the Railroad, and a paladin of the Brotherhood of Steel. At least I was in my playthrough, as it can vary from playthrough to playthrough, but you get my point. You can kill the raiders straight from the beginning. That is definitely an option, so technically it doesn't force you, but come on, what's the point of killing everyone and not being able to do the quests with them or getting the XP and rewards from them? So that's what I just don't like. If you're able to somehow be the inside person, leading them or whatnot, and also working, say, with the Brotherhood of Steel or something, that'd be awesome. And then at the end, you betray them and you kill them all, that'd be awesome. Nuka World is an okay DLC. The only reason I put it under Automaton is because of how inadvertently it forces you to be a raider, which I don't really like at all. For this next slot, I'm going to be putting both the Contraptions and Wasteland DLCs together, as there's not a whole lot of differences between them. They both just add more things to craft within settlement building. I'm neutral about these expansions. I use some of these things that they added in my settlement building, but not all of them. But I know that there's a lot more people that are out there that are just way more creative than I am, so I won't let my creative skills take down the score of these DLCs. I have seen some of the things that they've created with these DLCs, and it's pretty awesome, as when I look at the things that they've made, I just think that there's no way in hell I could ever make anything like that. So if you're a really creative person when it comes to building, you'll really like these expansions. The only reason why it's not ranked higher on the list is because it's only building. If it had a storyline with it, that would probably make it better. But if the storyline was crap, like this next one coming up, then that's why it's staying where it is right now. Now lastly, we have the VaultTec DLC. I really have no idea why this DLC was released with the story that it had. I mean, sure, it did add a few new things to settlement building, and it had a little quest line. It had a quest line that you can go along with, but I just did not like it at all. The quest has you team up with the overseer of Vault 88. I think it was Vault 88, don't quote me. But you do some experiments on its new settlers that enter the vault, and that's it. I think there's only like 3 or 4 experiments that you do, and they're really quick. But one of my biggest gripes with it is that why would you, the sole survivor, even bother to do these tests knowing what VaultTec did to you? They put you in cryosleep and kind of basically ruined your life. Besides the bombs, of course, they ultimately did, but being in cryostasis did not help it whatsoever. So with him being okay with doing these experiments, that was just weird to me. I tried to do every sort of dialogue with him disagreeing with it, but ultimately you're kind of just forced to go along with it. Although the only way to get out of it is kind of murdering the overseer. But the good things that does come with this DLC is that one, it does add some new stuff to settlement building, and two, it does let you build an entire vault by yourself, which that sounds awesome. Personally, I didn't go along with it. I didn't build the vault because, well, my creative skills are just not there at all, so that's why I didn't bother with it. But other than that, that's just about the only things that comes with this DLC, and that's why I put it at the bottom of the list, is because its story just pissed me off, dude. It just pissed me off too much, and I just really disliked it. But that was my ranking of all the Fallout 4 DLCs, and if you're interested in more Fallout content, click here to check out my review of the game. Come on, click it. Click it. Click it. Why are you still here? Why have you not clicked on this video yet? Go check it out right now and subscribe.